Parents ask us all the time if there are certain things they should be looking out for that could indicate that their child needs to be adjusted. And the answer is yes. Having your child's spine checked and adjusted by a Gonstead chiropractor will help to ensure that they're thriving and developing optimally. So here are some things you can look out for.
Number 1, your child walks with their toes turned inward. We call this a bilateral toe-in gait.
Now, the pediatrician will typically tell you, oh, let's just wait and see what happens, or they'll say that it'll just go away over time. This is not the case. As Gonstead chiropractors, this tells us that there's a problem in the foundation of the spine, here in the pelvis, particularly with the sacrum. Children tend to fall a lot, especially when learning to walk. These little falls add up over time and create misalignments within the pelvis.
Misalignments create compensations within the spine that can exhibit themselves through changes in gait, such as walking with toes turned inward.
Stay tuned for part 2. Hey parents, stop the scroll for just 1 second. Here's how to tell if your child needs to be adjusted, part 2. Does your child walk with one foot turned in or one foot turned out? This could be why. Now, the pelvis here is made up of 2 iliums and the sacrum and forms what is known as the foundation of the spine. Now the iliums here can subluxate either down and back, also known as posterior inferior, or up and forward, also known as anterior superior. Now in the Gonstead work specifically, the iliums can also subluxate both internal and external. When this happens, the pelvis subluxates in a way that manifests itself as an internal or an external focal layer. So if you notice your child walking with any of these types of presentations, it's probably a good idea to get them checked out by a Gonstead chiropractor. Stay tuned for part 3. Here's part 3 of how to tell that your child needs to be adjusted. Your child has uneven hips, a visual curvature in their spine, and or a high shoulder. All of these postural changes are important to note and typically indicate that there's a curvature somewhere within the spine. While this doesn't necessarily guarantee that your child has scoliosis, it is a good idea to get them checked out by a chiropractor to determine the best way to proceed. And if it is scoliosis, we can typically manage it very effectively through regular chiropractic care.